Welcome to Altcoinomy's AML KYC onboarding platform. This is the landing page, and to commence the process, one simply needs to click on Start Onboarding. By doing so, one arrives at the login page. Investors who have already created an account can log in and update their profile, while new investors click on Create an Account. This then takes us to the terms and conditions of Altcoinomy's platform, setting out the privacy policies as well as the data protection framework. In order to continue, one needs to agree and create a profile. The account credentials page is necessary to prompt a username. In this example, we will say the username is Dennis1937. We then need to create a password, confirm that password, enter an email address, as well as a telephone number. By scrolling down, we will see on hand of the selectable squares that Altcoinomy is given certain permissions, rendering the platform fully compliant with the general data protection regulations. By selecting yes or no, one can identify oneself as an accredited or non-accredited investor. And then finally, one needs to choose how one wishes to verify the account, either through receiving an email or by receiving an SMS. While awaiting to receive the 6-digit activation code via SMS, one can see in the bottom right-hand side that the account has been successfully created. Having received the code, I then enter my 6-digit validation. By selecting the ICO, one can pledge to contribute as one of 5 categories or tiers of investors. These tiers have been approved by VQF in accordance to a risk-based approach. For the sake of this demonstration, we will select a tier 3, which is a contributor contributing between 25 to 100,000 Swiss francs or equivalent. By accepting the terms and conditions of the ICO in question, which is attached here, one can read through the intricate details if one wishes to do so. Finally, one needs to identify oneself as either an individual or a company before proceeding to the next step. Here we need to enter the personal information of the investor. For the sake of this demonstration, we will be using Dennis Cordonnier. He was born on the 4th of May 1937 and resides in Switzerland at Avenue Commune Réunie, number 16. The country is Switzerland. The postal code is 1212 in Vaux-Lancy. He is a Swiss national who is now a pensioner, aged 81, but used to be a software developer. When we scroll down, we then have the opportunity to upload an ID document. In this case, we will be uploading a passport copy, and when we do so, the third-party service provider that is integrated into the platform then checks the validity of the document on hand of the MRZ code and also other components. Similarly, we ask to provide a utility bill so we can verify the address of the contributor. Next, we have an annex, which is traditionally known as a Form A, which is the identification of the beneficial owner. This has been integrated electronically and approved by VQS as formal identification. Going to the bottom of the page, we shall see that by signing this document, the counterparty declares that he is the beneficial owner of the assets subject to the contractual relationship. He then is able to sign this document, name the place and the date, and then continues to the next step. The next step is the contribution. Here we have an option to either choose fiat and or cryptocurrencies. In fiat, we can select either three currencies, euros, Swiss francs or dollars, and in the crypto, we can participate by sending Ethereum or Bitcoin. For this example, we will be sending 10 Bitcoins, which are equivalent to around about 60,000 Swiss francs. In order to do a forensic analysis on the Bitcoins, the platform has integrated a service by ScoreChain, which will check this address for tainted or mixed coins. When we proceed to the next step, automatically a PDF is generated summarizing the contribution. We see that he has pledged 10 Bitcoins. We will also see how many tokens he should be receiving for this investment. The last step is all about the corroboration. Where do the funds come from? The Bitcoin that he has bought, did he mine them? Did he buy them on an exchange? Or did he buy them over the counter? This example, we shall use over the counter. We would want to know where's the source. Did he buy them with a bank transfer? Did he buy them from someone in cash? Or did he use local BTC? He bought them by making a bank transfer. How did he amass the wealth, his crypto wealth? Is he a trader? Is he an early adopter and just held his coins? Is he an ICO investor? Is he definitely a miner? Did he receive Bitcoin for goods and services rendered? In this case, he bought early and held his Bitcoin. Here, the investor can tell us his story. In this case, Mr. Cordonnier, back in 2012, heard about Bitcoin from a friend. He was very interested in the blockchain technology, started reading about it, and eventually went online, started speaking to individuals, and bought Bitcoin from 30 different people for various amounts. How do we corroborate this? We can upload a bank statement showing the payments that he did to 30 different people. We can upload a profile page of his Bitcoin DE account, which shows us that it is his account, his name and email address are visible. And you can also upload from Bitcoin DE his purchase history. Going to the next step, we would like to know where Mr. Cordonnier would like to receive the ERC20 tokens. For this, he needs to provide us with an Ethereum address. The Ethereum address can be placed in the field provided. If the user does not know how to create an Ethereum wallet, they can click on the procedure, which will describe from A to Z how that is done. And finally, the process is almost complete. Once payment is made, there is a TX ID, which is a unique transaction ID, which can be entered here, and a slot can be chosen to enter into the video identification. Now you will see here that the next available slot is 3 days from today. This is due to the fact that Altcoinomy's compliance officers on the back end need some time to go through the documentation. They take notes, so they are prepared for the interview, not only to identify the customer, but also to clarify any other questions that they may have. Geneva is local time in Geneva is 9:45, while 9:45 will be the time according to the browser history of the contributor who's logged in. They then select a slot, and if they go to see my participation, this will be the page that appears when they log in. They can either choose to update any information of their profile, they can join the call, they can reschedule the call, or they can update their payment status. This concludes the demonstration. I thank you very much for your